Levi here. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are dealing with a bicep, tricep, bringing balance to the elbow joint. By this point, if you're here at this video, the hope is that you've worked through the playlist to get here. Because if you've worked through your fascial body to this point, you probably will have already addressed most, if not all, of the imbalances that could be happening out this way. If you've done all of that and you still have some imbalances here, this is the video for you. We'll walk you through assessing the bicep and tricep, the elbow position, and what to do depending on what your findings are. If you're just landing on this video and this is your first introduction to these videos, I encourage you to start at the beginning of the playlist. It will change your life working through it the way we've set it up. Otherwise, follow along. You'll learn a thing or two, hopefully. So, the assessment piece for the bicep and tricep. Again, if we've done the rest of our work, we should be sitting moderately upright now, naturally. So we're not confusing the assessment with all these pulls down into our hips, fascially through our chest, which are going to throw off our findings. So everything should be up, back, relaxed. What we're looking at is this line down the elbow. From shoulder to elbow is the beginning of our straight line. And if we continued that straight line, that's our assessment. Is the forearm from the elbow down, back behind the line? My body physically cannot do that, but there are people whose elbows are hyperextended. If your elbow is hyperextended, where your forearm's kicking back from the elbow, and this part is popping out forward, then you need to stretch out your triceps and engage your biceps. If your arm's a bit more like mine, where it's forward and the elbow's in a bit of a bent position, then you would consider stretching your biceps, engaging your triceps. Now, there is something to say for, although mine's a little bit bent, I have the full range of motion that goes all the way down. There's no pain. It's supple. Think of it kind of like a shock absorption system. So my body needs neither the bicep or the tricep balancing. I would go to the next piece, the next video. But if you're stuck kind of forward, then there's the stretches that I'm about to show you that will help. There's also the component that you most likely have some scar tissue somewhere in your shoulder or your bicep, tricep. And for that, we will be making videos in the future, but you might seek some professional help and assistance with that. Okay, so let's get into it. We're doing the assessment. If my elbow is noticeably bent, I'm going to stretch the bicep on whichever arm it's presenting that. If my elbow is hyperextended, I'm going to stretch the tricep on whatever arm is presenting that. So let's approach the wall. We're going to imagine that if our elbows are hyperextended and we need to stretch our triceps, that's this move. If your elbow is bent forward, you do not need this move. So if my elbows were hyperextended on both, I'm going to do it with both arms. If it was hyperextended on one, I'm going to put the one that needs it, forearm flat against the wall, the other hand in kind of a push-up position. So for now, let's just treat this like both need it. So I'm going to go against the wall. I'm mostly standing up straight, so if I pulled away, I'm balancing well. So this is a tiny lean forward, elbows down, karate chop up. When I breathe in, I'm karate chopping the wall, pushing the wall away. When I breathe out, I set my elbows down, thumbs to the shoulders. That's engaging the bicep. Breathe in, karate chop. Breathe out, thumbs in. You can even pulse them a bit here. One more time, breathe in. Walk it out, shrug it off. What most likely you'll notice is if you had a hyperextended elbow, hopefully it's relaxing a bit more towards neutral. Again, you don't have to correct it all right now in one setting. Little bite-sized steps each time you approach it. If you're someone with a bent elbow, and we're talking about not just a little bend, but something that really stands out to you. Another little caveat. All of these assessment pieces, if you notice like there's a little bit off of neutral, it doesn't necessarily mean you need corrective strategies for that. If it's noticeably out of neutral in your assessment, that's when you know you need it. So just to save your time, you don't have to go micromanage every little bit of movement, just catching the big things. So if your elbow is stuck like this, then here's how we're going to address it. If it's on both arms, do it on both arms. If it's on one arm, do it only on that arm. I'm going to take that same karate chop idea, except I'm going to tuck it under the shelf of my booty, and I'm going to try to curl my arm in, so it's gonna look like I'm trying to give myself a little butt lift as I breathe in. And as I breathe out, I karate chop back, or I do that ninja run position like Naruto. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Shrug it off. And your assessment most likely will look a little bit more towards neutral. So give this a try. Remember, you only need one or the other. There is the chance that one elbow is hyperextended, one is a little bent, in which case do the tricep corrective piece with the one that is hyperextended, do the bicep corrective butt lift with the one that needs it. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, leave a comment, like, subscribe, share. We love your feedback. It really helps us know how to give you something that's meaningful to you. So it's good to see you as always, and I will see you in the next video.